Christmas Eve used to smell like cinnamon candles, cheap wrapping paper, and that damn artificial pine tree my family kept dragging out every year even though half the branches drooped like they were melting. But that year? That night? The only thing I smelled was cold air biting my nose as my brother's beat-up SUV rolled to a stop in front of a beige brick building with flickering lights and a crooked sign that read Willow Hope Shelter. I stared at it, my breath fogging up the window. "You gotta be kidding me," I muttered. But my family wasn't kidding. If anything, they were dead serious, the kind of serious that comes with a mix of annoyance and cheap cologne. "Look, Evan," my brother, Kyle, said, not even making eye contact. "It's just temporary, alright? Until you figure your crap out." "My crap?" I snapped, twisting toward him. "You mean the crap where I lost my job because the company downsized? Or the crap where my lease ended because the landlord sold the building? That crap?" My mom, sitting in the passenger seat, didn't turn around. Not even a glance. "We can't have you staying with us long term," she said, her voice tight. "Your nephews need the guest room for Christmas." "They're toddlers, Mom. They sleep on the damn floor half the time." Language, she hissed back like that was the worst part of this whole situation. I laughed, one of those bitter, sharp, half-crazy laughs. "So you're really dropping me at a shelter? On Christmas Eve?" Kyle sighed like I was inconveniencing him by existing. "Bro, don't make it dramatic. They've got beds, food, whatever. You'll be fine." I didn't say anything. What was there left to say? I just opened the door, stepped into the cold, and felt the weight of the moment hit me like a sucker punch. Ever been dumped by your own family? It's a special kind of pain, like a cold that seeps into your bones, into your damn soul. The SUV pulled away before I even grabbed my bag from the back. I stood there on the sidewalk like someone had paused the whole world except me, watching their taillights disappear into the night. Merry freaking Christmas. The shelter doors opened with a loud buzz after I pressed the button. A tall woman with short, silver hair and warm eyes stepped out from behind the desk. "You look like someone who's had a night," she said softly. "You could say that." She gave me the once-over, backpack, frost-nipped hands, hollowed-out expression I couldn't hide. "I'm Marlene," she said. "Come on. Let's get you checked in." Inside was warmer, louder, and not as depressing as I expected. A plastic Christmas tree blinked in the corner. A little girl ran past holding a candy cane. A guy with a Santa hat snored on a couch. It wasn't home, but it wasn't hell either. I filled out a form, answered questions, got handed a blanket and a pillow, and was shown to a cot in a room with 7 other men. One was humming Silent Night, slightly off-key. Another was whispering into a cracked phone about missing his daughter. Life was rough everywhere, turns out. I set my stuff down, sat, and wondered how the hell my life had reached this point. 2 years ago, I had a stable job, a small apartment, a girlfriend who said she loved me. Then life did what life does sometimes, it hit the gas, swerved, and sent me flying through the windshield. By 2 a.m., I couldn't sleep. I walked to the common room where a couple people were watching a Christmas movie on a tiny TV. Marlene sat at a table sorting papers. "You all right?" she asked. "Not really," I said, with a half laugh. "But I'll live." She nodded. "You'd be surprised how many people walk through this door on Christmas Eve. Tonight gets lonely for a lot of folks. Guess I'm part of the club now." "You're part of humanity," she said, giving me this firm look. "And sometimes humanity sucks. But sometimes it surprises you." I shrugged. "Well, I'm ready for the surprising part." She smiled. "Then maybe tomorrow will be your day." Little did I know she wasn't wrong. I slept maybe an hour before breakfast carts rolled out at 7 a.m. pancakes, scrambled eggs, lukewarm coffee, the essentials. I went through the motions, half awake, half annoyed at being alive, when Marlene came over holding a paper. "Evan," she said. "They're starting the Christmas raffle. Want to participate?" I blinked at her. "The what?" "We do a little drawing every year. Don't expect much, it's usually blankets, gift cards, the occasional donated blender, she laughed.
But it's fun.
Sure, I said with a shrug.
Why not? My luck can't get any worse. Funny thing, life has a messed up sense of humor.
At 9 a.m., everyone gathered around the lobby. A cheap radio played carols.
Someone was passing out juice boxes.
And Marlene stood in the center with a big red bowl full of folded papers.
All right, folks.
Time for the big prize. What's the big prize? Someone yelled.
A donated lottery ticket, she said, holding up a little envelope. Scratched? No. Expired? Also no. Valid as of this morning. People clapped like she just announced free puppies. Okay, she continued, swirling the bowl dramatically. And the winner is Evan. Everyone turned to look at me.
I pointed to myself.
This Evan?
Yes, you, she laughed.
Come get your ticket.
I walked up awkwardly, took the envelope, and stuffed it in my pocket, already planning to forget about it.
Breakfast cleanup happened. People went about their day. Someone started a card game.
Someone argued about who ate the last blueberry muffin. I decided to go out to the courtyard, breathe some fresh icy air, and try to gather whatever pieces of my dignity I had left. Sitting alone, staring at the gray sky, I pulled out the envelope, mostly out of boredom. Inside was a simple scratch-off card. Win up to $5 million, it said in big gold letters.
Yeah, right, I muttered. But I had a coin in my pocket, so why not? I scratched. 1 box. 2 boxes. 3. My heart stopped dead. No way. No freaking way. 3 matching symbols.
The prize box said $5 million.
I blinked. Scratched again. Checked again. Read the back.
Get the hell out of here, I whispered. I walked back inside like I was floating, like my brain had unplugged itself.
I went straight to Marlene. You might, want to look at this.
She smiled, took the ticket, glanced at it. Her smile dropped. Her eyes widened. Holy, sweet mother of Christmas ham.
You see it too, right?
She stared at me, then the ticket, then me again.
Evan, she whispered. I think you just won $5 million.
Before the words could settle, before I could even start to comprehend it, someone behind us yelled.
Turn on the TV.
Everyone rushed into the main room.
Someone flipped the channel, and there it was, breaking news.
The winning ticket for the statewide holiday jackpot, $5 million, had been purchased at a gas station 3 blocks from the shelter. The station where the raffle donations usually came from.
And then, the anchor said,
We have been informed the winning ticket was drawn this morning at Willow Hope Shelter. The recipient, a recently homeless man, has yet to come forward.
The camera cut to a reporter standing outside the building. Outside our building.
I just stood there, frozen, as every single person in the room slowly turned toward me like I had sprouted angel wings.
Marlene put a hand on my arm. You okay? I think I'm gonna pass out.
You're not passing out today, she said, gripping me.
Today's your damn miracle. And it was. But the miracle didn't end there. Because 20 minutes later, the shelter phone rang. And Marlene answered.
And she looked at me with a face I'll never forget. Evan, she said carefully.
Your family is on the phone.
Of course they were. Of freaking course they were.
Marlene held the phone out like it was radioactive. I stared at it.
Stared at her.
Stared at the group of people behind us who were pretending not to eavesdrop while very obviously eavesdropping.
I took a deep breath and answered.
Hello?
Oh my God, Evan, my mom shrieked, sounding like she'd been practicing her concerned mother voice in the mirror.
Baby, are you okay? We just saw the news. Baby. She hadn't called me that in years. I leaned against the wall. I'm fine.
Sweetheart, listen, she rushed on, we've been so worried about you since last night. We wanted to come back for you, but Kyle's car.
Stop, I said flatly. Please don't lie. Silence crackled on the line. Then her voice dropped. Evan, we didn't know. We didn't know you'd be part of something like this. There it was. The truth wrapped in garbage.
Mom, I said, keeping my voice steady, you dumped me at a shelter on Christmas Eve.
Because it was inconvenient to let me sleep on the couch for one night.
It wasn't like that, she protested weakly.
You know things are tight at home.
The boys need space.
And you've been so unstable lately.
Unstable, I repeated with a soft laugh.
Yeah. That's one word for it. A shuffle on the line. Kyle grabbed the phone.
Bro, he said, exaggeratedly gentle.
Listen, we messed up. We know that. But come home, okay? We'll figure this out. We're family. Family.
Funny how that word only mattered when money entered the chat.
Are you serious? I asked. You think I'm coming home now? Evan, don't be dramatic, he said. Just come over. We can talk. I closed my eyes. Took a slow breath. I'm not coming, I said quietly. Not now. Maybe not ever.
What the hell, man, he snapped instantly, dropping the fake nice act.
You're acting like we abused you or something.
You abandoned me at a shelter, I said.
Pretty sure that counts for something.
Kyle's voice rose, sharp and pissed.
So what, you think you're better than us now because you won the lottery? No, I said calmly. I think I'm better than who I was yesterday. That was the truth. That call wasn't about money, it was about my spine finally regrowing. I hung up.
The room erupted in whispers.
Marlene squeezed my shoulder. Proud of you. Doesn't feel real yet. It will. News crews started showing up by noon.
They waited outside the shelter like we had Beyoncé inside.
The police came to manage traffic. Someone brought donuts.
A reporter tried to sneak in and was promptly escorted out by a guy named Big Ray who looked like he bench-pressed refrigerators for fun.
And me?
I sat in the back room with my golden ticket, breathing like I was learning how for the first time. Around 1, the lottery officials arrived.
Suits. Clipboards. Lanyards.
The whole your life is about to change forever vibe.
They checked the ticket. Verified everything. Congratulated me. Gave me documents to sign.
Told me my payout after taxes would be around $3.2 million in a lump sum.
I nodded like a robot. Do you have a place to stay tonight? One agent asked kindly. I glanced at Marlene. She nodded.
He's staying here until he figures out next steps.
The agent smiled. Good. Take your time. Don't rush into decisions. And for the love of God, don't give your bank account info to anyone. Trust me, I said. I won't.
The payout would take a few days to process, but my luck was already turning.
Word spread fast, faster than wildfire, faster than gossip at a hair salon.
My phone, which I thought had died days ago, lit up endlessly once I plugged it in.
Texts. Calls. Voicemails. Most from numbers I deleted years ago.
My cousin Brad hadn't spoken to me in 4 years, suddenly wanted to grab lunch and catch up.
A guy I barely knew from high school messaged, "Yo man, remember me? We should hang." My ex-girlfriend, the one who told me I lacked ambition?
She sent 3 paragraphs about how proud she was of me.
Delete. 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 I wasn't angry. Just done.
But when night rolled around, something unexpected happened. The shelter held a little Christmas dinner. Nothing fancy, donated ham, box stuffing, green beans in a too-watery sauce, and a few pies that might have been older than me.
But everyone was smiling.
And for the first time in a long time.
I felt like I belonged somewhere. Kids ran around with paper crowns.
A woman played carols on a keyboard missing 2 keys.
Big Ray dressed up as Santa and handed out dollar store toys. Someone gave me a Santa hat.
For a moment, I wasn't the lottery guy.
I was just Evan.
A human being among other human beings who'd been kicked around by life but still showed up, still laughed, still lived.
Later that night, when everyone was settling into bed, Marlene found me sitting on my cot. "You holding up?" she asked. "I think so." I hesitated. "Marlene, can I ask you something?"
"Of course."
"Why the raffle?
Why spend all this time doing stuff for people who, don't have much to give back?"
She smiled. "Because everyone deserves a little hope. Even if it's handed out in a raffle bowl." I felt my throat tighten. "Thank you." She patted my hand. "Evan, you don't owe me anything." I shook my head. "I owe you the world."
"No," she said softly.
"Just pay it forward."
The next morning, Christmas Day, I checked out of the shelter, temporarily staying in a modest hotel near downtown until the funds cleared. But before I left, I asked Marlene one last thing.
"Can I see the kids' toy list? The one you said you didn't have funding for?" She blinked. "Why?" I smirked. "You know why."
Her eyes softened.
"Evan, that's very generous. These kids deserve better. And you do too." "Maybe."
But in that moment, giving felt more real than receiving.
Fast forward a week. The check cleared.
I bought a small, cozy apartment downtown, nothing insane, just my own space, warm and real. I sent the shelter a donation large enough to fund new beds, a renovated kitchen, and a full-time counselor for the next 5 years.
I didn't put my name on it. Didn't need to.
I also bought every kid on the list the gift they wanted: bikes, dolls, art sets, games, even a freaking drone, and delivered them anonymously.
As for my family?
They showed up at my new place one afternoon.
Knocking. Buzzing. Calling. I didn't answer. Not out of spite. Out of peace. The kind of peace you only get when you finally stop begging people to see your worth. Months later, life felt good. Really good.
I had a job again, part-time graphic design, the thing I'd always loved.
I had therapy. I had savings. I had dignity. And every Christmas Eve, I went back to Willow Hope Shelter. Not as a resident, but as a volunteer. Serving food. Laughing with kids. Listening to stories. Handing out blankets. Running the raffle. Every year, someone asked me why I kept coming back. My answer was always the same. Because this place saved me before the money ever did. And that? That's the truth. Because the real jackpot wasn't the $5 million. It was the night I realized that sometimes, the family you find is better than the one you're born into.
And sometimes, the worst night of your life becomes the start of something incredible.
All you gotta do is keep breathing long enough to see it.
You just heard a story of betrayal, survival, and quiet revenge. If it left you thinking, hit like, share it forward, and subscribe for more true emotional stories that'll stay with you long after they end.
Every click helps another story find its voice.